Hi guys, it is April from Getting Huggy With It. Today I am here to do my May TBR with you. I'm very excited. I have historical fiction and I've got thrillers and horror. And that's what I'm planning on reading this May. Let's get into it. Around 6 books here that I'm planning on reading for May. So I'm splitting it up into thriller, horror options, and then historical fiction. So you're gonna see this first one in a haul coming up, but I had to share it with you now. And it's We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. I really want to read this because it's being turned into, I think it's a mini series, if I'm not mistaken, on PBS. I might be making the last part up, but it's being turned into a small screen thing, and I really, really want to read this. I have read The Haunting of Hill House, and I imagine that's why this got picked up after, even though the Netflix series of The Haunting of Hill House is nothing like the book, like truly nothing like the book. I'm very intrigued by this one, and it's so gorgeous too. This is about the Blackwood family. Now one of the Blackwoods has been accused of killing off much of the family, or someone in the family, but no one can prove anything, so she could just go on with her life. But like, she is completely ostracized in the little town that she lives in. No one wants to talk to her, which you can understand if you think that someone murdered someone. But it's her life and her story in here. I'm so excited to read this. So yeah, We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson, hoping that will go down in May. And then next up is another thriller being turned into a movie, or is this also a mini-series? Anyway, Reese Witherspoon is working on this one right now. It's The Last Mrs Parrish by Liv Constantine. This is about a woman named Amber who's kind of down on her luck. There's a woman on her block who's done incredibly well in her life, and she looks up to her a lot, and she decides to like latch onto her, tries to become her best friend. And I think it all comes crumbling down. Either that person is hiding things, or Amber is like infusing herself in a way that's super creepy and like a bit stalkery. I'm very excited for this. Fingers crossed it's a good one. On audiobook this month, I'm planning on listening to Cocktown by Karen Slaughter. I love Karen Slaughter very much. She's hard-hitting. She does not shy away from gore and blood and like violence to the max. This follows a cop in 1974, in a time in which there is a murderer on the loose who is targeting and killing cops, and she is trying to track down who is doing this. I'm so excited because I love Karen Slaughter. I seriously do. Lots and lots of scary stuff on this list. Next up is Growing Things by Paul Tremblay. This is his short story collection that just came out, or it's coming out for you guys. I'm so sorry. It's coming out in July 19th. I'm going to read it ahead of time because I just adore Paul Tremblay. He wrote The Cabin at the End of the World, Disappearance at Devil's Rock, and A Head Full of Ghosts. I adore him. He's my favorite horror author ever. So I am very excited to dive into this. And then if you haven't seen my May book haul revisit, where I go back a year ago in May of 2018 and look at all of the books that I hauled, I went through a lot of books and I picked one to read this May, and I chose Birdcage Walk by Helen Dunmore. And this is about a woman in 1792. Her name is Lizzie Folks. She marries a man who is well off, and so she's marrying him for that reason, I think, but he wants her to act a very certain way. And she's an independent woman, and that doesn't happen. And so it is about her trying to carve out her own space and her own identity without her husband, and it looks really good. So I'm going to read that this May. And last but not least, it wouldn't be spring if I didn't read a Kate Morton. So I'm reading her latest book, The Clockmaker's Daughter. This actually came out in October, I think, of last year, and I did not understand that release time. Kate Morton just screams spring and summer to me. It was a weird time to release it. This is about a group of artists. They go to this summer house to get inspiration for their art. They're meant to paint the whole summer. And what ends up happening is at the end of it all, one woman is dead, one woman is missing, and you try to find out the mystery of what exactly happened on this fateful day. And Kate Morton goes back and forwards in time. That's the thing that she does. There's mystery and historical fiction, and it's like a comfort read for me. Anything Kate Morton pretty much is a comfort read for me, so I'm really excited to read this too. Those are all of the books that I am planning on reading in May. Let me know in the comments below what you're hoping to read. Are you also picking up a lot of historical fiction? Although, look at me, I picked up mostly like thrillers. I'm just in a zone right now. Let me know what you're going to be reading this May, and I will talk with you soon. Bye!